Contracts, soccer, football, and baseball, we'll be, having a meeting the 9th on that. One representative from each, league would like to be here, so we get these contracts ready to go. I do want y'all know, it'll be December, I think, 9th. I think 6 o'clock. All right, let's go with, pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Herzog. Here. Levin.
Here.
Mortimer.
Here.
Howard.
Here.
Houston.
Here.
Ducks.
Here.
Agenda approval, have a motion.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Citizen participation, anybody like to come up and speak?
Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Mayor.
Anytime, man.
For the record, my name is Dan Edson. I live at 505 Kidwell Drive. And I've got a couple of minutes that I'd like to burn. Earlier this evening, I handed out paperwork to the aldermen that I suspect have not seen anything involving the executive session minutes that our board took and brought in. July 15th, we had regular meeting minutes that we submitted, and that there was some information that was deemed executive session on it by the legal. So we took that to heart, understood that that was not going to be talked about in the open, and we waited patiently for that to be addressed. Never was. So we held our own executive session on the board, and I took those minutes and I submitted those. Again, nothing came of that. I suspect that you, Mr. Mayor, and Laney are probably keeping that information from the other aldermen in an effort to try to control what goes on with that executive session minutes and that request that we have. Now, I honestly think that any recommendation that we make, being an appointed board, needs to be treated with the same respect as any other recommendation. Be presented to the board, allow them to mull it over, and vote on it, either yea or nay. The problem is you're keeping that information from them, and I think that that's borderline criminal. Good luck explaining that to the aldermen that you have not submitted that information to and allow them to talk it over and make a determination about that. Number two, you guys have been throwing the city attorney under the bus about figuring out what you're going to do with all of the football league. Okay, we're not talking about a land acquisition with mineral rights and squatters and all that happy stuff that has to be legal figured out. Okay, we're talking about a piece of land the city owns that is designated specifically for the youth football program. Now, you've got two programs that are vying for that information. You've got one that is questionable in its integrity, and you got another that has been organized, jumped through all the hoops, got everything that they've got lined up, ready to go. But there's still a question about who we're going to give that contract to, and I don't understand that at all. Thank you, Doug. So keep that in mind. That needs to be looked at. You've made the determination that it's going to be talked about on December 9th, I guess. I hope that you guys use some common sense and do the right thing. Thank you for your time, Mayor.
Thank you, my friend. Anyone else?
I have something to say. It has come to my attention that there has been a legal action brought against one of our board members by one of the aldermen. And she has taken it against herself as doing it as an alderman. And I know for a fact that the statements she made to the court were falsified. I was there, both times. I know what she said did not happen. I don't know what you think you're doing. What you're doing
I
is,
have a lot of witnesses.
You can only address them.
she says that she has it on your and Laney's advice to do that. That's what's in the paperwork.
I was asked if I heard the comment. She asked if I heard a comment, and I said yes.
Okay, well, she stated that she was physically assaulted, and I know that wasn't true. Because I was sitting right there whenever she said it happened. And I know it didn't. Now, what she did is falsify police records. And now you have her as an alderman. That's against the law. And you think I'm bad.
Anyone else? Jackie, come on up.
Jackie Hunt, Ward 2, and tonight I'd like to talk about citizen participation and transparency in government. With respect to citizen participation, this board has recently imposed and begun enforcing a 2-minute time limit on citizen speech. I'd like to compare that to the Crawford County R2 School, which allows 3 minutes per person, and the Crawford County Board of Commissioners, which allows 5. Citizen participation is intended for the citizens to be able to come to their elected representatives and state their concerns. 2 minutes is an extraordinarily paltry length of time to do that, and I strongly recommend that you follow the commissioner's lead and increase that to 5 minutes. With respect to transparency in government, very important that the citizens know what you all are doing. And to do that, I strongly recommend that all official communications between all of you officials be in writing or recordings or somehow preserved so that they are discoverable under the Sunshine Act. Now, writings don't have to be formal and they don't have to be fancy. It can be emails, it can be text messages, it can be any kind of written communication. But it is necessary that the citizens be able to track what you're doing so that they can know what's going on outside of this room. Now, it's important for the citizens to be able to track that, but it also could be very important for you. Suppose one or more of you came under suspicion of, as Alderman Bass suggested at the last meeting, doing something just for spite. Or what if one or more of you came under suspicion of, let's say, making backroom deals out of the sight and hearing of the citizens? Written communications, discoverable under the Sunshine Act, could be used as a defense in both of those examples, and many, many other things that could happen in the course of your duties. So I strongly recommend you start using written communications.
Thank you, Jackie. All right, anyone else like to come up and speak?
Good evening. My name is Amber Schrader. My son played, I'm going to read this before I get through it real quick. My son played tackle football for the current program, and I recently stepped into the role of board member for Crawford County Youth Football. I didn't join this board because I needed something to do. I joined because I'm a mom who saw problems in the current program, and I know how much youth sports matter to the health and pride of a community. When my son first signed up, I was stunned by the lack of communication and basic organization. There were no bylaws available, no safety guidelines, no clear contact points, nothing that assured families that the program was structured and prepared. Something as simple as confirming my son's registration became a challenge due to poor record keeping. And if we can't confidently track who is registered, how can we track who paid, who needs sponsorships, who needs sponsorships, or how to plan financially for a season? These issues matter because youth sports are not just a hobby, they are transformational. National studies show that kids who play sports are 15% more likely to get A's in school, 40% less likely to engage in risky behaviors, and have 30% lower dropout rate. Kids involved in sports also show improved mental health with 23% lower rates of anxiety and depression symptoms. These are not just numbers, they are real outcomes for real children in our community. Before moving here, I lived in a place where youth programs were well run, highly supported, and transparent. Information was accessible. Sponsors lined the fields, volunteers filled sidelines. That visibility tells kids your community believes in you. And it makes a difference because when kids feel supported, they stay engaged, confident, and connected. But in the 2 years my son has been playing here, I've watched community support decline in this program. Our only 2 home football games this year, there wasn't a single sponsor banner, not one. Meanwhile, the soccer program right next to us had a long fence row covered in sponsor signs. And truly kudos to them, because that is what it looks like when a community invests in its youth. But it also highlights the gap our football program is facing. Youth sports are one of the strongest predictors of lifelong success. Former student athletes are shown to earn up to 7 to 15% higher wages later in life and are more likely to volunteer, vote, and stay active in their communities. It all starts right here in programs like ours. A community's youth programs are a reflection of what it values. When we support them, we're not just creating athletes, we're building leaders, teammates, confident kids, and future adults who want to give back. I'm here because our kids deserve better than what they're getting right now. They deserve an organized, transparent, well-supported program in a community that shows up for them. Please stop allowing the current program more time to get together forms and paperwork they should have already had together, and make the vote for the city's football contract tonight and show the youth you care about them and their future. Vote Crawford County Youth Football. Thank you.
Anyone else?
So my name is Amy Hendricks. Of course, I'm here for the soccer, but I'm also here as a citizen. I am very concerned about our youth programs. I want to make it clear that I do support the current Park and Recreation Board. I think what you're doing to them is just bizarre because I think that they have definitely shown support to the youth programs. They've spoke out against us, and all of a sudden they're getting retaliated for it. That being said, I also want to make a comment that with that, you guys we're not under contract with you guys as of right now. Bottom line, if the person that was in charge of the contracts had done the job in the first place, none of us would be here in this situation. I am concerned that we're going to end up being asked to lease our property up there so that you guys are not held accountable at all for it. That has been brought up. I see you shaking your head, but it has been brought up by an alderman that we would lease our property so that the city was not held responsible for anything to do with it. I also want to address, I was here on October 7th. I asked you guys, all of you, if you guys had something to say about me and my name needed to come out of your mouth for whatever reason outside of the meetings that we were having, please come talk to me. It's my understanding that on October 7th, someone in this room overheard Mr. Mortimer make a comment that I have a big mouth just like my father.
I'm sorry, that's a lie.
Well, I don't think that people are making up
If
lies.
I wanted to say that, I would say it to him directly. Not,
You didn't say it about, you said it about me.
I don't even know you.
That's exactly right, you don't, but you obviously know that I'm his daughter.
There can't be an engagement of argument.
No.
You can only
Sorry.
We should have addressed them in
I know, I'm just, I'm not telling you, I'm telling everybody. It's just to address the council, that's it. There's no engagement in argument.
But he gets confused at his seat and that seat. And that is my whole point right here. You need to take a stand. You need to stand up for the park board that you appointed. Because at one point you believed in them as much as the rest of the community. But now that they're coming back and they're having a word that's standing firm on what they believe and standing up for our programs, because you guys are doing things behind our back in a snake-like way, how can we trust you? There are people that are speaking out for us, but you want them removed because you know they stand firm and they are speaking out and they're speaking the truth against you. And you are up for re-election along with the majority of the board, and 2 of the members have been appointed by you, and you're telling me that you believe in them more than you believe in your park board. And I'm very disappointed in that. You need to get a hold of your city or you're going to lose it. And the community support that's here tonight should show you where the involvement needs to be. And it's the future generation.
Thank you, Lynn.
Good evening. My name is Sierra Kitchen, and tonight I'm speaking not only as a founder of Crawford County Youth Football, but as a parent and 4th generation that he prepares about this community. I want to begin with something I never expected to say in a room full of elected officials. I am deeply disappointed. The way this situation has been handled does not reflect professionalism, leadership, or any real commitment to do what's best for our children. Despite what is being said publicly, the Parks and Recreation Board has not been biased toward me or the new program. I personally witnessed them invite board members of the other program to the town hall meeting. They reached out multiple times, attempted to include them, tried to gather information, and received minimal response. In fact, those individuals were reportedly told they did not have to participate. That is not cooperation. That is not transparency. Setting personal feelings aside, the conduct surrounding these recent issues has been highly unprofessional. When I first came before this council, I believed you wanted what was best for Cuba's youth. But week after week, what I've watched unfold feels less like thoughtful leadership and more like a display of power and control. I want to address this directly. I'm disgusted by the behavior of certain individuals rumored to be Mayor Coping's potential appointees to the park board. These are people trusted to guide children in their roles within our school district, yet their conduct at a public meeting has been childish, disrespectful, and embarrassing. I'm ashamed to say that I ever respected them. Let me be clear, my statement is not directed at every council member. A couple of you have shown genuine concern and fairness, and I appreciate that. But the majority of this body should be absolutely ashamed. You have allowed personal alliances and personal gains to outweigh what is best for our children, and the community sees it. Our kids deserve better, and so does this town. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Josh Evans. He was finest board, I don't know, but I can say this. I don't know what's going on about dissolving the Parks and Recreation, but that's just ridiculous. They do a lot. How many of you guys came to the board meeting about the football stuff? Was you there? Was you there? Was you there? You was there? You was there, Kevin. You wasn't there. You wasn't there. Okay? She was there. He was there. They ain't got nothing to do with it except to help. And that's the people you want to take out. It don't make no sense. Instead of being in this big pissing match, why don't we all work together and get something done? There's been more done in this time in the last year than I've seen in 30 years. You know what I mean? But if you guys are all just going to be in your pissing match, it ain't going to do nothing. You know? Think about what's best for the town, not what's best for you guys. Who's out to get who? You know what I mean? It ain't about that. Just like the football thing. You know what I mean? My opinion on the football. And it's not. I think that Sam and them did a good job, but things got messed up. But it's time for a change. Why not let it start fresh? They can still be a part of it if they want. No one's saying that they can't. But stop holding stuff up. Get some shit done. Alright? Make you great again, right? Yeah! Tell that.
All right, anyone else?
Good evening. I have watched the past few months of our council deteriorate with Mayor Copeland, Alderwoman Joyce Hauser, and Alderman Ray Modemeyer. They continue to target good people on my board for no good reason, and this has been going on for no apparent reasons other than wanting to dissolve discrepancies when people are not agreeing with them. I have asked for the reasons. We have not been given those reasons, and therefore you have forgotten that we are also the community. Your board is also the community. These are good people who serve on my board that are volunteers and from all different parts of life and have donated their time. And not once have you said thank you, Mayor Copeland, here recently. All you want to do is get rid of us and have no conversations. Mayor, you said at the last one that to get rid of our board and to trust you. Yeah, right, we're not doing that. We are not going to trust you. We are not going to do the good old boy system any longer. When you are having sidebar conversations and people are in back pockets and you are doing those things, you forget you are an elected official and that we are the community. We are the ones who are electing you. We are a park board who are getting out there and spending countless hours and countless time making the community better. And even though this place is filled with people of the support, you still will make the wrong decision tonight. Lainey, you said you heard the comments that Alderwoman Hartzell said against Dan Edson. You didn't hear him right, because what he said was, if you want to play games, let's play games. That was what was said. It was done in our presence. It was done with other people being here. She was never directly threatened. And if she was, there was officers here then that failed to do their job that night.
I was asked.
I'm
about
talking.
the
No,
comments,
I am
and she
talking.
asked
Let me
whether it
finish
was
talking,
a
stop.
yes.
No, do not talk to
I
me.
didn't
I
see
stop.
the comment.
I'm really yielding my time. You're not going to talk to me while I'm talking. Secondly, during my park board meeting, Dan never threatened her. Ever threatened her. That is a lie. That did not happen. And we started utilizing law enforcement and the courts to do political gain and weaponize the political parties. That is wrong. It's criminal. And we are not going to stand for it as a community. There are many things that have happened within these programs that has absolutely been ridiculous. We need to stand for the programs of the children, start making decisions, and start doing what's right. There are things that went on with the pool room where my board was targeted by your pool manager, as Dan provided the documentation to you guys regarding that closed session meeting minutes, and you failed to do anything. You failed to do anything. So I will yield back, but we are on the agenda for the park board. Last time you guys didn't let us talk and cut us off on that. We're on the agenda tonight, and we won't be talking for the park board, and the park board is here. I yield back to Lynn.
Cindy,
Yes.
this is the first time that most of us have seen these minutes.
Yes, sir,
I've never seen
but they were provided to Mayor Copeland and to Langley back in July. You guys should have seen them, and it's not your fault. It's not Jeff Bass's fault. It's not Richard Hukin's fault. It's not Harold Halbert's, and nor is it Pitts. And I also seen Joyce Halter be very disrespectful to Pitts when he tried to come to our park board meetings and be helpful. She's done nothing but cause division within the
We're
park
past the
board, and
2 days.
that's fine.
Anyone else?
My name is Renata Zimmer. I don't normally come to a lot of these things. I'm not from here, moved here when I was a little girl. As an adult now, the only reason why I chose to stay in this community is because of the way the town loves and protects the kids, and the way that it has these programs for the kids to be involved in. I homeschool my kids. You take these programs away and you take away the park board, you are not hurting the adults in any way, shape, or form. This isn't about the adults in the long run. This is about the children. This isn't about the drama. This ain't about he said, she said, crap. It's not about that. It's about the kids. You need to put the kids first. If you want to take the park board away, then you're going to have a whole other issue, because now the kids aren't going to be out innocently playing and everything else. They're going to eventually become teenagers that are getting bored because they have nothing to do, and they're going to start vandalizing a lot more than what we see in this town now. And if I see my kids vandalizing because we didn't have the programs that we have available today, then it's going to be a problem. And it ain't going to be a problem just for me as a mom. It's going to be a problem for the policemen that were here as well. Because we need to support our kids, we need to stand by our kids, and we need to protect these kids. I don't care about anything else. It's about the kids right now. It's about the kids tonight. All of these people, apparently from my perspective and what I've heard, this many people don't show up. I'm never here. I'm here now. You need to stop, and you need to think about what you're doing. You need to think about who you're hurting, because it ain't going to be you. It's going to be the parents that are raising the kids that are out of the future generation. When you're gone, that's it. But we have the kids to look up to and look forward to, and we need to do better in raising our kids. And taking away the park board and all of the programs, that is a mistake. And if you do make the wrong idea, then we'll see the repercussions of that later.
We're not getting rid of the program, so just so you know.
Well, the park board and all of this other stuff. You know well what I'm talking about.
14, I had a 5-year-old child. We enjoyed the heck out of the pool, but quite a few fallbacks is that there wasn't enough for the youth. And through my professional life, and now he's 16, and I'm enjoying being a member of this community and being a part of what I'm doing now in hopes to build a future for future generations. And to me, it feels like we were to be able to get infrastructure and all of that, the core information on who does what, when, how, and I think everything else will come together. Everybody has the best intention, and we have to remember that people have the best intention for things. And if we govern ourselves with that and do what we can out of love and unity, we're all good people, and we all have a common interest, and that's the city. So if we all work together, we should be able to, set aside our differences or iron them out or whatever. It's not a hard concept. So it's about unity, and this city needs it. So thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing none, I'll close the citizen participation. All right, we're at regular minutes of November 4th, 2025. Have a motion to approve. Motion. All in favor? Aye. With special meeting minutes of November 10th, 2025. Motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Bills to be paid. Have a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Approval of contractors pay of December 2025.
Our next council meeting is not until December 16th, and so contractors need paid at the beginning, so Jennifer's asking for approval.
Motion to pay.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? All right, Tango Creek approval to remove the pavilion.
We're going to move it away from where the pickleball courts are to someplace else inside Tango Creek Park because it's not working with how they're putting the pickleball courts.
Will we move it over by the playground where the people can use it by the playground? Because I think one of your requests was that we need to have a pavilion over there because of the shade for the kids or whatever you brought up at one of the meetings. So I think it'd be a good idea to put it over there beside the playground.
Yep. This will be the third time it was moved.
Maybe it'll slide.
Motion to move it.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against?
Are we all okay on moving that over by the playground equipment? So we can be utilized there?
We'll find a place for it.
We just agreed that we can move it.
Yeah, well.
What do you think, Bill? You tell me that, Steve.
If the only thing I'm gonna throw into this here is if you're all gonna, I think there's a grant going to have another pavilion built over there. So are you gonna want this pavilion over there too, if that happens?
Well, I thought if you put it between the two, somewhere in that location, if we do get the grant and we decide, and even if we get the grant by the mayor's own admission, we may not utilize it. So all of that's a huge if, but we know we're moving the pavilion. So I would say put it by the playground equipment or in between the two so both families can use it. And then we don't have to drag it as far to the small playground in the future, because that's probably where it's gonna end up.
Right. Well, but that's, okay, I just, if we wasn't going to use it, I hate to have it set in somewhere not fixed to the ground or anything, for safety reasons and everything, but if we can use it somewhere, pour another pad and put it there, then, I'm fine,
The grant comes out, when you said the grant comes out, it's applied for now, it doesn't get approved till when? You said the 2026? All right, so 26.
Still got a year we'll be using anyway,
Or
so,
probably two.
okay. Yes, I mean, I'm not trying to throw a wrench in it, I'm
Well, that's a
just
good
throwing out
point.
if it's there, then I wanna be sure and try to set it up somewhere in this process, because I don't wanna just let it sit out there on the ground and waving on the legs and everything, you know, and have it unsafe, so. But, yeah,
But we would get 2 years use out of it, and then if the grant doesn't happen, it's there.
it's still there, so.
Is that okay with everybody? Is that part of the motion we made?
It's not part of the motion, but we've agreed to move it, so now.
So just south of the playground there somewhere is where you're gonna want it.
Is that okay, Emily, or do we have to make a motion
I
about
don't think
it?
we need to add to the motion, and I don't think you're ready to, we're not there yet anyway.
Well, it's,
Well, no,
the building will be moved
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Oh, okay, where it's gonna go.
Yes, I mean,
That shouldn't matter. The motion's to move it, so.
yeah, so as long as I can move it right now, that's it's in the way of finishing the groundwork there for them to start on it.
So just find a good place, you think?
Yeah, I think I can just move it straight south from where it's at, and still set it on that shelf. Then I got some big concrete barricades, I'll strap it to that so that it'll actually stay there and not try to blow away or anything like that, so it's safe as I can make it, you know, and I'll rivet it off and everything too. So, it'll be good, so. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
I got
All right,
full
thank
faith
you.
in you, Bill. I got full faith in you.
Thank you.
All right, the electric department, Andy here?
Wait outside, we'll call your number.
All right, what's first on the agenda?
Digger truck.
Digger truck.
To believe in your packet, you have a big truck that I was looking at. I don't know if you guys are aware of the big truck that we have. It's still a decent truck, it's an older truck, it's starting to have this little hiccups here and there. Bad thing about it is the T-Rex truck, and it's an older style T-Rex, and they've discontinued a lot of the parts that they have. So if something does go wrong with it, it's going to be very hard to find parts for it. You can't go call T-Rex and say, hey, I need a part. You're going to have to try and salvage one somewhere. So also, another need for a bigger truck would be if, let's say, a car hits a pole, and instead of calling another town and come help us hold the pole or set a pole, we can do it all in the house.
You need it, and my motion is to go ahead and get it.
Oh, well, I originally budgeted $60,000 for it. This truck is $849. Jennifer has gave the approval. If you have any questions, please.
Jennifer posted, or gave us a paper, said that it can be paid for out of capital improvement. We got her blessing for it, so.
And you think this is a good truck?
Yes, first I had Matt and Ron go look at it. They had some questions that they're had some questions on it. So I brought Paul he's from Altech. He works on these trucks every day, and I had him inspect it for me. So he gave his blessings. It's a perfect truck for us.
Did you haggle them down?
No, one thing I did was the rear inside duals. They were looked like older. I told them the outside duals were fine, but match them up. Anything that need grease or anything, Paul from Altech was already there. He already greased it for us and checked out the boom. Third stage of the boom insulation quality looks perfect. There's hardly a nice scratch on it. So looks like a safe truck.
Do we have a motion?
Checked out, I made a motion
I'll second it.
purchase it.
Have a second?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes? Okay, Andy. Electric system circuit mode, we close it.
Do you have any questions about the reclosure task? I can explain what it is, they're doing, and why we need it. So, why we need it would be, went through it with you guys a little bit over the past year or so. Anytime squirrel gets up there, pops the fuse. Reclosure goes through what we call a cycle. They'll go, it sees a fault, sees a squirrel go up there, and pops the fuse, goes all the way off, comes back on, back to blink. Everybody hates blinks, I hate blinks with passion. Reclosures are, they're designed to see a fault, but not that fast. If you slow them down, throw the curves on it, instead of all the way off, I like to just flicker. And that's what they're supposed to do, so when it blows a fuse, not all the way off and back on. So that helps with that. I can't slow down curves on the reclosure legally. I cannot do it. It has to be done by an engineer because of Show-Me's equipment. They mandate engineer to do it.
This is going to cover the whole town.
It covers 3 months worth and then days. 3 circuits. I went through 3 circuits are our major problems right now. It would be what we call the 477 line, Races line, and Sports Complex line. All of that gets fed off the 477 line. So, and I've been in talk with them already to kind of get going on it a little bit. But those are the 3 major circuits I would really help on getting fixed. A lot of your industrial load is on the 477 line, commercial load as well.
We have a motion on that?
I make a motion to.
Any questions? I'd be more glad to answer.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Okay. Number 8.
I don't have your video.
You're done, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
I see that.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, Mayor Department Board remover and appointment of new members. Do I have a motion? Then we'll discuss.
You did discuss.
Yeah. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, discuss them. I will go. I would not expect I expect fairness from the board and the citizens of the city of Cuba. I believe if you all have to abide by our city ordinance and policies, we have to abide by our city ordinance and policies. We're no better than none of this. And remover of the park board is because we are out of plans for our term limit. And I appointed one, say, Harold for 3 years, and he resigns in a year. I appoint Ray in that place. He's got 2 years. Then Ray don't want to do it. For 6 months, I appoint someone else. We do not have records of who's where. So this is the reason why I'm asking to resolve the park board. So we have a city ordinance ourselves saying we have to be in a plan. We have to know. So, and a lot of people know that they didn't want to say, but I'm letting y'all know now. So we need to get in compliance with our city ordinance. So,
That's not true.
Am I understanding?
I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you.
Hey, Dan,
Dan, hold on for just a minute.
this is discussion for them, not just.
Are you done?
He asked.
Go ahead.
Then we've got a simple fix. You reappoint the same board that's currently on there. Because if you don't know what the terms are, let's consider them that they just started, since we don't know what the terms are. Reappoint the same board. Everybody's happy because we have not divided our community. Second part, the committee is required to, our mayor is required to have 2 aldermen on our council. One of those aldermen have resigned. I will volunteer my own time, or you can appoint another person. We can work through these problems. Just because there are disagreements between an alderman and a board, or a city clerk and board, or a mayor and board, you don't throw the baby out the wash. All we have to do is, if we're not in compliance, there's no reason that we can't assign the same board. Because by your own admission, we don't have anything that says how long they've been on the board. So now all we have to do is say, you're right, they are volunteers, we elected them originally, so let's just reassign the board, everybody's happy. Any disagreement that can be handled by the aldermen, the disagreements or whatever, can be handled by another alderman being assigned to that board and being the mediator or working things out. I do not believe in mass firings. That would be like going to our board and saying, alderman, guess what? You didn't have your ordinances, you don't have your contracts, you didn't do your financials in time, you didn't do your billings, you haven't done any of the things that you're supposed to do. And by ordinance, you were supposed to do, but yet we're not there. So they don't fire all of us. Our admin section has 4 people in it. If one person makes a mistake or whatever, we don't fire them all. And somebody said, well, they're employees, they're hired. We're still people. It doesn't matter whether you're a volunteer or whether you're a hired person. Regardless of the fact, you are spending time out of your own normal lives trying to make a difference in your community. So if we're going to disband a board that is effectively, by own admission, by most of the people in here, has been doing a good job. Yes, there are differences between this board and here. I hear it all the time, both from the board and from the aldermen. But if we are going to disband them, why? They are a good board. They've done a good job. Let's change the ordinance. Let's rehire the same board. Give it a year. Let's assign a different alderman and actually make an effort to make this work for our community instead of mass firing. I just don't believe it.
This ain't mass firing, Mr. Pitts.
Well said.
Hey, I'm talking right now. This ain't mass firing. This, we don't know. That terms may all be over. We don't know. So I talked to our attorney. We did this a few years ago with the tourism committee, and nobody upset at all. We did the whole board, and we did what we wanted.
Is there any reason you cannot reappoint that same board? None.
Well, it has to be up to the approval of the board.
Right.
But the mayor, according to the ordinances and state law, can recommend any member or all members for removal. That is up to a majority vote of the board, whether anyone gets removed, and then the mayor proposes the individuals to be reappointed to the board.
But we're being told that the only reason he's removing them is because of we don't have an ordinance, we're not following our ordinance because we don't know how long they've served.
That's our fault. You want the people.
That's our fault. That's not on
We are what matter.
Hey,
okay?
Josh.
I don't care. Hey, the people. Because the community is saying this is what you got.
Hey,
okay?
It's only
That's
discussion.
what we want in there.
Josh, it's only discussion for the alderman right now, not citizen, okay?
The dates were provided last meeting minutes of everybody. We provided the dates of everybody's appointment last meeting minutes. Everybody's within their terms.
Hey, Cindy, you can't talk, this is discussion.
Cindy, I did not ask, okay?
Okay.
All right. Anybody else?
The only thing about this, that we all argued about the same thing. Kevin never said he wasn't going to reappoint back. He's trying to say he's going to get it right. The thing about it is, you're on this committee, there's 9 members, and they got to be appointed for 1 year, 2 years, and 3 years. At the end of 1 year, the next bunch are appointed for 3 years, and in 2 years, everybody will have a 3-year term, either to get reappointed or to appoint somebody new. It's that simple. He never said he wouldn't reappoint back. This is the way it's set up to be done. You don't think that's right?
The ordinance says 3 years, right?
I mean, you got a 1 year, 2 years, and a 3-year term.
It said 3 years.
They're not all 3-year terms now, but some of them took place in the
Back in
past.
1989.
You can't argue with the audience.
Thank you. I will say this, we've had 3 members elected in the last year, so we know they're within their 3-year period.
How do we know? We know whose place they took.
You don't.
You don't know that. You don't know they have 2 years.
You're allowing it to happen, and now you're trying to reverse it. That makes no sense.
These are fulfillment terms, so your term does not start the day you are appointed by the
No.
mayor. They're fulfillment terms.
So our
this
mistakes,
states-
is gonna cost 6 people, and then you're not gonna reelect them.
I don't know that.
I-
I'm directing to you.
I'm just here talking about the terms.
You gotta make sure your conversations amongst the aldermen, not with everyone else.
I don't care anybody. Take your vote. Take your vote. I don't take your vote.
I ain't got a motion yet. I have a motion.
I mean, we had a motion and a second for
Discuss
discussion.
all this.
Hurtsell. Yes. Levine.
No.
Mortimer.
Yes.
Color.
Yes.
Fukin.
No.
Best.
No.
Ty, so is
I
me.
vote yes.
Of course.
But I would like to appoint 3 tonight. Is that favorite?
There's not a conflict of interest in appointing an alderman to get, go on the Parks Board?
Yeah, I want to appoint 3 tonight for Park Board.
You need to at least have a warrant on the night.
What you do? I know, but I got time going. I appoint 3, 3, 30.
You don't have to have a forum tonight.
What you do? I can't. So you're saying I can't just appoint 3 tonight?
You can.
Okay.
You need a form, she said, F-O-R-M. Form.
We have to.
A piece of paper.
I have.
Okay.
Okay. One term member, term has expired. Cindy has expired. So I want to appoint Karen Drew in Cindy's place. I want to appoint Faye Howard and Beth Knight tonight for the park board. Do I have a motion? Huh? Do I have a second?
Second.
Full board.
No.
Fukin. Color.
Yes.
Mortimer.
Yes.
Singh.
No.
Hurtsell.
Yes.
I'll vote yes. Okay. Park and Rec recommendation. We've got the park board. Joey, how do we want to do this? We just pass it next week? We'll pass the recommendation to the next week, or the next board can look at this. Police chief report.
I don't have anything. The only thing on here is for nuisances. I have not received anything new. I've had a comment for police and stuff like that. We don't get resolutions.
You're the liar. You're the liar. You're the liar. Everything I said was the truth. You are a liar. You are a liar.
I heard what you said, Joyce.
You didn't hear anything.
I don't have anything. Mayor. Have anything? No new nuisances come through.
Order and unfinished business. Joyce.
No.
Vic. Ray. No. Laney. Oh. Okay. Carol. Rick. I do. I want to thank the citizens for coming here tonight. Disagree or agree? So I just want to thank y'all for giving your opinion. Thank y'all.
For what?
So,
For what?
For your
You
opinion.
gotta do what the fuck you want. Huh? It don't matter what we want, it's what we want. We see what's going on. You gotta do whatever the fuck you want to do.
I have a motion to adjourn. Oh yeah, we're going to have a motion December 16th, a meeting.
So we want to keep it December
16th. Okay, got a motion to adjourn.
I guess everybody